Hey guys, so today I'm going to be showing you all of the stuff that I use to take my shot every week. And when I say every week, I mean I kind of usually forget to do it, and I end up doing it within a day before, the day of, or the day after, but here we go. So, here are my syringes. I use 25 gauge syringes because they're very small and it doesn't hurt as much. I used to use 22 gauge needles, and then I switched to 23s, and the 23s still weren't small enough, so I went to 25. And I've got 4 gauge in my ear, so there's that. It's really small, like absolutely itty bitty, and it actually counts up on the side from a half to 1 ml all the way up. I have other ones that look a little bit different, that have a way thinner tube. So this one counts up by 0.1 ml, and this one goes up by halves. So every syringe is different. I do my shots in my leg. I started off doing my shots in my leg when I started hormones just over 2 years ago, about 2.5 years ago. It hurt a lot, actually. My very first shot, I went out to a club and performed drag that night, and my leg was killing me. That was the last time I ever did anything that physical after my shot. That was when I was doing a half ml every 2 weeks. Now I'm at a half ml every week. Clearly my dosage has changed from when I started. Now I do my shot in my leg at home, and before I was doing my shot in my butt at the doctor's office because they wouldn't let me do my own shots until I was a year on hormones. Then at about a year and a couple months on hormones, I started doing my shots at home, and my roommate would actually do my shot in my butt at home. And now my friend's dad, who does his shot as well, will come over and we'll do our shots together in our legs. And I use a really small needle because I do it so often, it won't hurt me as much. For a while, after I started doing a half ml every week, I started to be able to tell when it was time to do my shot again because my leg wouldn't hurt as much. It would be 6 days and my right leg wouldn't hurt. Okay, awesome, it's time to do my shot in my left leg. I didn't like doing that, and it hurt a lot, and I didn't like having my legs in pain. And now my legs aren't in pain at all, and I barely even feel it. I have over 200 alcohol prep pads. I've been using these for a while, but I keep refilling every time I go to my doctor's office, so I pick up some Band-Aids and extra alcohol wipes and extra syringes as well. I use these tiny itty-bitty Band-Aids whenever I do my shot because I don't need to waste a huge Band-Aid, and why have like a huge Band-Aid's worth of space tearing up my leg hair when I could just have this itty-bitty one. Easy. I have all of my cotton balls in a little container like this. I used to have it in a glass one, but I was carrying it by the lid and it fell. I have it in plastic now, so I can't break it. And this is plastic as well, so I can't break any of it now. I've got my Sharps box, which is kind of full. I've been filling it up for about 1 year and 3 months now, so I mean it's a decent amount full. It's actually it's quite full. I'm not sure actually how often you're supposed to empty it, but I have friends who do it every time they fill up, get their refill on their vials, but I don't. I've just been filling it up. I'll empty it when it's full. So now on to my vials. Looks like this. I sometimes get shorter boxes. Actually, most of the time I get shorter boxes. I'm not sure why now. But it's a tiny, tiny little 1 ml vial. I used to get a full 10 ml. Here it is. Not sure if you can see it. But there we go. I take 2 shots out of this. I used to get a 10 ml vial, and my doctor's office keeps switching it up, but then I was using a 23 gauge needle to draw with, and I was switching the tip then to a 25 gauge needle to inject with, and the 23 gauge needles, I can actually show you what they look like. There's this right here. It's got a separate tip, so it's easier to draw out the liquid, but that thicker tip was putting so many holes. It was putting 20 holes in a 10 ml vial, and every time I would go to draw out the liquid, all the air and the pressure would leak out because there were so many holes. So it was kind of ineffective. So now they give me about 6 of these. But actually, my doctor's office kind of messed up for a while, and they sent me a script for 6 to pick up, and when I got there was only 2. And my doctor's office said they sent in a script for 6, and I should have picked up 6. And I had to fight with my insurance, my doctor's office, and the pharmacy down the street where I pick up to have it all fixed. There you go. That's all the stuff I use for my shot. If anyone has any questions, please feel free to ask. But know that everyone injects differently. Everyone has a different amount that they inject, and it also depends on the type of tea that you take and where you inject it, on how much you use. So make sure to always follow your doctor's advice. That was my PSA. If anyone has any questions or wants me to do any specific videos on anything, let me know. I'll see you guys later.